Okay, welcome back to the Crypto Factor. Welcome back to your favorite cryptopreneurship show. My name is Paul, and today we're going to look at the Bitcoin price. We're going to look at altcoins, cryptocurrency as a whole, and of course, as always, answer your questions in the chat. So put any questions you have in the chat. We will be answering all of them. They can be about crypto, they can be about my good looks, they can be about whoever you want. Just go ahead and put the questions in the chat. Now, I am live streaming right now as we speak from my home office in Greece, but I will be in Dubai and traveling around soon, but I will continue doing these live streams on Sundays, every Sunday at 7 o'clock EET time or 6 o'clock CET time. Now, might be somewhere else, maybe in my other studio or maybe right here, but we will be live streaming once a week. Why am I saying this? I am saying this because last week I was telling you I'm going to live stream 3 times a week, but unfortunately, well, no one was there. It was like crickets because everyone's given up on crypto and not many people are watching crypto live streams, at least not mine. So we're going back to one big live stream a week, and I'll put out videos within the week when I believe it's necessary, whether it's an urgent live stream or actual video. With that said, where are you watching from? I am drinking, well, I'm not drinking because I drank both of them, sparkling water. Unfortunately, maybe I have to take a break or run inside and get one pretty soon because I forgot to bring some water. So I will probably die of thirst during this live stream. Anyway, this live stream is brought to you by Ellipal wallets. More about them in a second, but this is my wallet of choice for 2026. And let's have a look at the Bitcoin price. And meanwhile, tell me where you're watching from and what you're drinking. All right, so here we are on the factor line on the daily. And as you can see, the factor line just turned red, telling you to sell on the daily here. Told you to buy, telling you to sell now. And this does look like it may come down a little bit more. But as you can see, the trend stacker over here is actually neutral. So nothing is amplifying this move. Even though the factor line turned red, there's no volume momentum or any other trend stacker values over here giving more to this move. And forgive me for my snot, I'm a bit sick today, as you can see. So I can't breathe through here. I can only breathe through here. So not only will I die from thirst, I might die of suffocation as well. But it is what it is. We have to go live. So that's what we are seeing right now. That said, we are still working this lower mid-range over here. And this was anticipated. Look, Bitcoin came up, came down, came back up, came down, came up, now broke this support over here, so we might expect it to either come to this level or maybe come down and test this level here. But this is all part of this lower mid-range over here on the factor line. As you know, we work in ranges. So nothing out the ordinary yet. We are still in range. We can also look at this on the 4-hour. And it's much more apparent on the 4-hour here. Factor line told you to sell. We had this drop and we're now in this range or this upper range on the 4-hour over here. Let me delete all that so you can see it better. So we're still working in this range, and we're saying, look, if you want to trade this market, you buy, sell at the top range over here. And what we wanted to see, which we did not, is this breakout. We expected this breakout, but we expected this to hold. It did not. We are now back under the range, so we have to see what happens. We have to see if this repeats, holds support, or comes and breaks down and takes us to the lower range here. Either way, Bitcoin is still in range, and then everything higher than 80,000 psychological is quite normal. When would I be worried? If we break $80,000. Why? Because if we break out $80,000 here, we come to risk this price, this low over here, which is our line in the sand. This is our red line in the sand. It's currently white. Let's make it red just for graphical coordination. And we want this to hold. Why? If this breaks, then it's breaking structure, and you can say we are heading into a bear market. We are not in a bear market yet. Very simply, because right now, even though it doesn't look good over here, we are still a higher low. We came up, came down, but we did not come down to previous levels to break this. So we are not in a bear market, but we are in something where we are in a sideways market, and we have to use caution. Now, let's go back to the daily. And as you can see, and let's have a look what this looks like. So here's what I'm personally expecting, and of course, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I'm just saying what I'm expecting or anticipating. We called the low at $74,000. We said that 80,000 is gonna hold. We told you to get out at 117,000 and telling you to take profits at 112, then 100 psychological as soon as those broke. Let me tell you what I'm looking at now, because this is very important and very telling, okay? So right now, if you look at the factor line over here, the factor line was trading at the bottom range over here on the left, and you can see we actually broke out and came up. And we're doing exactly the same thing over here now. So let's see what happens if this can actually move up, break the mid-range, and actually make it support. Then we might make a move to at least 100K psychological, or $100,000 to $107,000 psychological. And then we have to reevaluate if this is resistance and comes back down, then yes, that would be a topping formation, and we would have a look at a possible massive heads and shoulders into a bear market. But if that is not the case, and we actually break out here and make the support, we can look for a double top or even new highs in price discovery. That's what we are looking at on the crypto factor. Those are my views. We are not in a bear market just yet. Yes, the timing of this cycle is dangerous. I was saying top to come in end of 2025, beginning 2026. We are in the first quarter of 2026 and things are getting dangerous, but that does not mean we are not going to retest the levels I said, although so we certainly could do the opposite, right? But this move might be a better exit for you if you did not exit when I told you, or we might even see an alt season, or let me correct myself, selective alt season, where we see perpetual dexes, privacy tokens, and AI, along with some big players, run so we can recover some losses and actually make some profits in this market. That is what we are waiting for. This is what I am waiting for. Are we wrong? Well, if we took profits, we don't care. We're playing the play. We're not making a call up. We're not making a call down. We are saying that we are in a sideways market and we are trying to do the best that we can with what we are given. Now, you may be wondering what's going on with altcoins. You may be having some questions in the chat. I actually see a few right now. But let's start real quick talking about our sponsors, Ellipal, because Ellipal has actually given us the opportunity to make more videos in 2026. I want to thank them for their trust and support on this channel, because we are more than likely renewing our partnership. So, why I like Ellipal? First of all, let me show you something. And this is just so you can understand that I'm not just talking about a product that I do not use. This is an Ellipal cold wallet that they sent me. They also sent me the new card. I'll show you that in just 1 second. But this, as you can see, is a box sealed. right? And I also showed you a sealed box of the other card not too long ago. But as you can see, I have an open one right here, which is currently out of battery because I didn't charge it because I'm an idiot. But I have an open one right here. Why do I have an open one? Because I actually use this. I actually use this as one of my hardware wallets. Yes, I have multiple ones, but I actually am enjoying this one because this one works very well. How does this work? First of all, it's air-gapped, full security, and this is not going to be more than 5 minutes, maybe even 2 minutes. Just hear me out here. You have an application on your phone. I'm using an iPhone. Of course, you can use an Android. You put your transaction that you want to make in your phone. You have to scan the code from here of your phone and vice versa for that transaction to be made. Otherwise, you are completely safe. It won't work. So you have extra layers of security and it works very well. Their other product, which I am using, is their Ellipal X card, which you have this thingamajiggy over here. You have your card. Again, you have the application on your phone. You generate your private key offline, so no one has it, only you. You write it down on some metal. You put it in a vault. I don't know where you're going to put it. I'm not going to suggest where to put it. You do that on your own. You take this card out, and it works the same way, except you use your phone again, but you actually put it next to the card, and it's an NPC thing for any transactions to be made. So again, it's very safe and effective. And I will be doing a review, a full product video of Ellipal before the end of the month, beginning next month. So make sure you look out for that video. Until then, if you are interested in Ellipal wallets, you can scan the code right here with your phone. If you're on a TV, I know a lot of you are watching my videos on TV right now, which is why I'm going 4K in most of my videos. Or you can click the link in the description down below or the chat, and as you can see, you will have a discount and so on, and get to see their full lines of products over here. Very, very, very good wallet. I actually trust it quite well. I trust it with my crypto. I actually have a very big amount in my Ellipal wallet. So if you decide to break into my house and bypass my security, my pitbull, and multiple other things won't be mentioned in this video, you will have to find this wallet and you can have a good payday, but it won't be as much as you think because I have multiple wallets in multiple locations. So anyway, regardless, why am I mentioning this? Because there's another video coming out as well, which is a cybersecurity video for crypto, specifically giving you crypto tips and tools to protect yourself and crypto, and that is coming soon as well. So if you don't want to miss those videos, subscribe down below and hit the bell notification button. So let's move on and talk about altcoins. And there I am because I'm an idiot. So let's go on and talk about altcoins. That's Bitcoin, of course. Let me just delete these over here. And this is the crypto bubbles, which sometimes work, sometimes do not. And as you can see, we are in the red right now. Even on the weekly, CC's been doing very well since we called it, by the way. On the monthly, we have some coins that are green. On the weekly, most are red. And we also have our other positions up here, which took a really big hit. But we're banking on these ones mostly for a selective alt season. And all these altcoins are waiting for permission from Bitcoin. They're all waiting for permission from Bitcoin. You're not gonna see, as I was saying, any altcoins do anything crazy, in my opinion, until Bitcoin breaks $100,000 psychological and makes it support. Then you may see altcoins run, and you may see them run massively. Even if we get a big heads and shoulders like we were talking about before, it only takes 2 weeks to make significant profits when it comes to altcoins and cryptocurrency as a whole. And we will be talking about Ethereum. I am seeing your questions in the chat. Put more questions in the chat because I will be answering them. And tell me if you prefer this lighting on this live stream more than last time because I had one of my friends over here, Sharif Francis, and we were actually fixing the lights, and he gave me this a better lighting sort of view, so to speak, and we also talked about the lighting in my new studio next door because I'm also going to have another studio. So we're going to have this home office where I do my live streams and edit and so on, but also my other studio, which used to be my gym. We're actually setting that up for more videos. And there comes the cough. Now, with that said, let's look at the chat and answer your questions while more people are asking questions. Chuck says, good morning, drinking black coffee. Black coffee is the best. I love black coffee. I am Greek. I live on coffee, Chuck. As you know, I wake up in the morning and have a coffee before my coffee, and then I drink coffee throughout the day multiple times. That's how I'm always hyped up and like this, unless I'm eating sugar that day, which makes it even worse. But anyway, I love coffee, and no, I don't suggest the sugar. Darwin Clay 6508 says, good morning from Canada. What's up, Canada? Drinking green Monster energy drink. I'll tell you a cute story about green Monster energy drink. First of all, I have never had green Monster energy drink. I used to drink the Blue Zero energy drink. And at some point, over here, right over here, you probably can't see, all the way up, I had 12 or 16 pallets of Monster drinks. Why? They actually came here with a Monster truck and brought me up 12 pallets because I was sponsored. I used to be an artist. I used to be an MC. I had music videos I used to perform, and they actually sponsored me with Monster energy drinks. So it was actually quite amazing, and I was out of my mind. I used to drink them, and I don't suggest anyone does this, by the way, especially if this is banned in your country, but I used to combine Monster drinks with ephedrine tablets and go to the gym. I used to be pretty big. Now I'm not, obviously. But yeah, cute story about Monster energy drinks. Watching from Nigeria, my man. No Yachts 2026. How are you doing? No yachts, actually. Thiago, but maybe some trips. I will be going to Istanbul Blockchain Week. I think that's on the 1st and 2nd of June. Before that is Dubai. I know I'm going to Crypto X. I'm not sure if I'm going to Token 2049 yet, but around that time I'll be in Dubai for a while. I'm also going to meet my man Luai, my partner there, plus Gecko from the Factor line and so on. So I'm super excited. Maybe we do a video from the Corvette again and make an amazing call like we did last time. For those of you that have been here, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Perfect call. But generally speaking, I will also be going to Romania next month. I'll be in Romania for 4 days for Crypto Expo Europe, which is actually an amazing event. Darwin says, if we break structure, please let's not break structure yet, but if we do and go into a bear market, how low do you think Bitcoin and Ethereum will bottom out at? Judging the way things are going and with the percentage of views, I'm just going to ballpark this, but around 60K. And I do think the bottom of the bear market will be 40 to 60K. But we have to see that because there's some support at 65K I want to see. It's not how low you go with Bitcoin that's the issue. The issue is how long you stay at those levels. That's the grind where those bills come and you need the money and you have to sell sometimes. And those of you that don't know, and they go, I'm never going to sell. Dude, I had cancer 3 times. Sometimes you just have to sell. Okay? So it just happens. But it's the grind at those levels that is the issue, not so much for the drop, if that makes sense. Please chat Ethereum. Look, Billions, I will tell you about Ethereum on a technical analysis aspect or technical overview, not analysis because we don't have time. But let's do Ethereum USDT here, and I'll do USDT and I'll do something else in a second. As you can see, let's figure out what we said about Ethereum. We said Ethereum line in the sand is here. We were expecting, we were saying if we break out, great, but we were waiting to see if we're going to reject. It seems that we have reject dollar amounts and we're coming down here. pretty much following Bitcoin, which is what I said. We need to follow Bitcoin. Everything's waiting for permission on Bitcoin. This is the daily on Ethereum. Here's the cool thing about Ethereum. If, and this is a big if, Bitcoin does well, you actually may see, not textbook, but you may actually see, let me draw this out, an inverse heads and shoulders over here. And granted, not textbook, the shoulder here will be a little bit higher because if we come down, we'll break structure, maybe. I don't know, depends what Bitcoin's doing. But this can actually mean a longer move up. No hopium, I'm just saying this is a possibility. Of course, watch this resistance over here, which has shown us resistance time over time again. So maybe $4,000 if Bitcoin starts going down and does that heads and shoulders. This inverse heads and shoulders may not play out and reject, but if it does play out, then you're looking at resistance over here at 5K-ish, psychological, and then you have, I think, blue sky breakout and price discovery, but that's only as a continuation if this market actually continues. So that's the big thing. We're all waiting for permission from Bitcoin. Those are the things I'm looking at. This is what kind of keeps me bullish. It's not so much the charts, it's the risk-reward ratio, because if it plays out, maybe we're even 50-50, but if it plays out to our advantage, things like Ethereum, which I just showed you, can actually go up massively, might even reach that $6,000 to $8,000 mark we actually called for this cycle back in 2023. It has not yet. We got the double top, but we did not get any higher. This is why I'm remaining cautiously bullish, not for a technical chart pattern sort of side of things, but mostly for a risk-reward ratio. The risk is worth it, in my opinion, especially since we took profits, the time we took profits. Can everybody comment, or has this gone back to nobody being able to comment unless you're subscribed to the channel? Let me just check this out, because YouTube has been doing stupid shit lately. Can everyone comment? Customization. No, anyone can comment. We just don't have many people here because of the, well, everyone thinks it's a bear market. And I've noticed this. So let me tell you what's going on, because views are down as well. And I hear a lot of YouTubers, crypto YouTubers crying that it's just crypto. It's not just crypto. Views across the board on YouTube are down since October, which is actually quite fascinating, because also the 10th of October is when we had that massive flush, and everyone's saying, oh, it's because of this, that's why we're not getting views. No, it's the whole of YouTube that's going down because they had an algorithmic shift. It's just that Bitcoin, because of the markets right now and everyone getting scared, going away, thinking this is a bear market or getting wrecked because of leverage, everyone's not watching your videos as well. So crypto YouTubers, they have less views than normal YouTubers, but normal YouTubers, even the big ones, have 70-80% drops. And I can show you this on my channel. Let me show you. This is actually quite telling. I have a 70-80% drop. So I used to have thousands of views on my videos, sometimes tens of thousands, depending on the video. Not all of them, obviously, because my channel is completely organic and I don't use bots or buy subscribers. But if you actually come into my dashboard, you'll actually see this. Full transparency. Look. This one, look, average view duration 7 minutes is up, but look, it's shit. And generally speaking, if you look at my videos here, they're all down. 176 views, 347 views. It's really bad. Let's go to my dashboard. Let's go to my analytics real quick. And look, you can see it right here. Minus 15 subscribers in 28 days. Let's go to the past 90 days. And look at that drop. Look here. 2,700, 2,000, so on. These are daily. And right here, we're getting like 300-ish, if that. If we go back to a year of videos, you can see even better. Look what's going over here. And then look what's going on right now. It's lower than the lows of the bear market. It's actually lower. And this is significant. This is very hard. Look at this. We had 21,000 views on this, 18,000 views on this, and so on. but we're getting shit views, 37% less in the previous 365 days, 20% less watch time than 300. Like, subscribers are down, everything is down here, right? Everything is low. Yes, this is how much money I made on YouTube. Peanuts if you think about it, but that's pretty much it. And even if you go lifetime, see, it is shittier than shit over here. But it is what it is. We keep on making videos, we keep on going, and we keep striving to succeed. That said, since we're talking about YouTube here, I do have a couple of other channels to show you that I think you may want to check out. Give me a second here. Especially if you're not just in crypto. So if you come to my channel over here, give me a second. If you come to my channel over here and you actually scroll down, you will see that I have another couple of channels over here. One is Paul Democritus, which is my name, by the way. If you don't know what my name is, now you do. You can research me. A lot of people, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, research me, see what I've done in crypto, see what I'm all about. You can do your own research. You could have easily done this before. I mean, it's on my, it takes a little bit of research. You look at my banner, you look at my book, The Crypto Factor, it says Paul Democritus. You could have done it before. But anyway, apparently some people don't know how to do their own research. I just showed you. Where was I? Right here. So look, if you scroll down over here, you have two channels. One is Paul Democritus, and this one is about entrepreneurship and sales mastery. So you can check out this channel here if you want, because I will be making videos over here again. Look, Patrick Bet-David, I was the first or second person to interview Patrick Bet-David on my channel. Yes, it didn't get a lot of views. It was a very small channel back then, but I got that. And Evan Carmichael and Highlander, Adrian Paul, there was the old Highlander and so on, Ben Gay. But as you can see, this is about sales and entrepreneurship over here. And I was going to do AI on this channel, but I decided to start a new channel called Paul Talks AI over here. And I already made my first video, which got a massive amount of 6 views. Now, do not subscribe to either of these channels unless A, you're interested in entrepreneurship and sales mastery, meaning you would go and check out Paul Democritus and subscribe to that, or you would go to Paul Talks AI if you're interested in AI. But do not subscribe if you are not interested and you do not watch the videos, because that's actually bad. If you click on a video and don't watch it the way through and you just click off it, it actually signals YouTube that it's bad and that video actually goes down. So don't think you're doing me a favor by going to the channels and just clicking a like or whatever and just leaving. Either watch the videos or don't go at the channel at all. So make sure you are interested if you want to support, and in that case, then go and visit those channels. Now, talking about AI, if you want some help trading cryptocurrency or investing in cryptocurrency with AI, I actually developed some tools for you that will actually help you. And you can find these tools if you go to CryptoSuite.com. So give me a second. Let me just show you what that's all about, because I really think this will help you out. And a lot of people don't understand. AICryptoSuite.com, sorry. AICryptoSuite.com. I actually developed tools, AI crypto tools for you here. For example, Is My Coin Dead? There's a free reality check on market structure and whether coin is still alive. So SafeMoon's obviously dead. You might have some more coins like that. You want to see what's going on. Should you keep them or not? A crypto TA reality check. You can actually print the screen and put it in here. And this is a GPT that will actually tell you it will actually do some TA and help you with that. Coin scan to see if there's any honeypots or scams in the code. The Factor Line is my course, of course, and Folioli.app is an application to actually track your portfolio, free with AI breakdowns and so on. And it actually is safe. It doesn't connect to anything. You can't connect your wallet or anything like that, so you do not get drained. So if that interests you, AICryptoSuite.com, check it out. It's also in the link down below. Now, let's go to the chat again and see if we have any more questions. I was going to drink some water. Obviously, I don't have any. So let's answer a couple of questions, and maybe I'll go get some soda water, and then I will continue to answer. What's up, Graham? How are you? AI quantum ETFs will be launched. Okay, that's not a question, that's a statement. So I don't know how to answer that. Oh, so right. I personally don't like this wallet only because they have the option of it being a hot wallet instead of strictly cold wallet. That's actually a myth. That is not really a myth, it's a misunderstanding. I think they got rid of that. Yes, you could have had it as a hot wallet version. That's actually good if you needed a hot wallet, but it's actually a hard wallet. So now they've actually made that a little bit more apparent, but it's a very good wallet. I know because I personally use it myself. Yeah, the guy had $1 million of XRP, but he was an idiot. He got drained because he didn't do it properly, didn't use it properly. What would you expect for somebody holding XRP? I'm sorry, that was evil. That was bad, I'm sorry. So the guy was in crypto with millions of dollars worth of XRP, but didn't know the first thing about security, which is why I'm putting out a video next week on cybersecurity, how to protect your crypto, actually protect your crypto. It's not just about a wallet, it's about safeguarding your computer and so on, but I'm just going to give you the easy steps that you can take that everyone could do easily to protect your crypto, because a lot of people are getting drained in hot wallets and so on, and you can actually protect yourself very easily by simply following a couple of rules and also having a couple of free applications. So we'll put that video out soon, so make sure you don't miss that video. And many other tests. It is a beginner. Okay, so this one, it depends what you mean by beginner. This one for me is beginner, but someone new in crypto, it's not so beginner. It can get a little bit tedious, but it's safer, right? I like this wallet better, but a beginner can very easily use this card. Now, there's an even more beginner-friendly card, the Tangem wallet, the original Tangem wallet that did not have to do anything. You just had an application, you had your card, and that's it. The problem is the private key was in the card, and you could lose the private key. This one allows you to create your private key with this. So yes, it's one extra step, but it's a lot safer. And now I think Tangem also has that option as well now. But anyway, Ellipal, I trust them, I like them, I use them, and they're also sponsoring my videos. So there you go. So Ellipal. I mean, if I was going to rely on AdSense alone, I'd be broke. Okay, now. I did not see this Seeker mobile airdrop, unfortunately. Hello from California. Do you still see Bitcoin right shoulder going over 100,000 anytime soon? Well, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just giving you the charts and what I may be anticipating. It's all probabilities, and that's what I'm looking at. It's not a prediction. I'm not Nostradamus. Just because I'm bald, it does not mean I have a crystal ball, okay? Or a crystal ball or a crystal ball. I'm just telling you what I'm looking at, and because we're in a range, I'm saying if the range breaks up, then yes, I'm anticipating that. If the range breaks down, then no, I'm anticipating a retest of the lows and a break of structure, maybe. I'm just going by the charts, no prediction. Does that make sense? Make sure you understand that, because a lot of people, especially people that don't understand English very well, watch my videos and then say, oh, you said this is gonna happen, oh, now you're right. And they don't realize they're just retarded, because I put the analysis there and I'm telling you if this happens then that, if that happens then this. Also, a lot of times I talk about coins like Disco Coin. I talked about Disco Coin. I said it's going to go up and could become the new Pepe just because it's the same creator. I said to be careful because it's a long shot. It went up, I think 4.8x or 428x. I said take profits and take your initial investment out. All the crowd from Disco, the supporters suddenly started hating me. But then when it went down, the other side started hating me. Now everybody hates the crypto factor. Because they don't watch the video and they get it out of context, and this is a problem. So make sure you watch the video. Maybe make sure you understand the video. If you do not understand the video, then just ask me. Ask me live or ask me in the comment section. Chances are I will answer. I answer all comments. I answer all chats. I answer all questions, or at least I try to. Does that make sense? Don't be scared to ask questions. These live streams are for you. I am doing these live streams to answer your questions. I am here so we can grow together, so we can succeed together, because we are in the same train together. Look, I've been in crypto since 2017. Not just as a trader, not just as an investor, but a C-level executive, author, and speaker in this space. I literally consult multi-million-dollar companies. I am literally, or I literally was, an insider. I have my own crypto tool suites. I have my own indicator. I used to teach TA and technical analysis in the Forex industry. Now I do it in cryptocurrency. I have courses. They're all linked down below. I go to events. I talk. I go behind the scenes. I share info with you. This is what I'm doing. And when I used to do it back then, I wasn't doing it as a business. I wasn't living off of YouTube. I was consulting companies. I started my group, my coaching, and my course after cancer. After not being able to work for these companies, I decided to create something myself, and that's why now I have products. Back then, it was just me flexing. When I was calling for Bitcoin, and I was telling you to buy Bitcoin at 16,700 after we called at 15.6K and won the bet with Gareth Soloway months before it got there, and that was the bottom. We called the bottom perfectly. I was in hospital getting a bone marrow transplant and chemotherapy, doing videos for you, losing my memory after, almost dying, but I was in hospital doing these videos. I love what I do. I'm doing this for you. Yes, I have my products now. I'm trying to live off this, but yes, I still want to give value. I believe in you. I believe in giving back. I didn't even know if I was going to live back then. So this is why I do this. This is why I go live. And this is why I continue to do this. Believe me, that's why I'm going to be doing it throughout the bear market, to help you to make that bottom call again so we can go all succeed. I make money from my cryptocurrency. I make it swing trading, and I make money with my products. The products allows me not to sell crypto so I can stay in longer, because guess what? The real world is expensive. You have to pay for shit. So I have to work. I need multiple streams of income, and especially now after I got cancer 3 times in my life, and it's a rare kind. I don't know when and if it's going to come back. I'm saying if, the doctor says it is, but I'm saying if because I'm very positive. Well, I want to be able to fight it. I mean, shit hits the fan. It really hits the fan. Anyway, regardless, let's move on to more questions. Crystal ball. Yeah, it's a crystal ball, Henry. It's Boulder-amus. You know Nostradamus? This is Boulder-amus. Aye, Captain Paul. We are grateful. You're very welcome, Henry. Look, I love what I do. I really love what I do, and I want to help people. I know I make fun of the XRP army. And I know sometimes I make fun of people that give me hate in comments and so on. But I do it in a way trying to help them, trying to wake them up. Does that make sense? That's what I'm trying to do. And if you knew my life, if you knew what I did before, I mean, I've had nightclubs, I've been in sales and marketing for over 25 years I've written books in there. I was #1 in timeshare. I did a lot of shit in my life. I was a video director and producer, and now I'm doing this, and I'm trying to share my journey. I'm trying to help you at the same time helping me now. So this is kind of like win-win, right? That's why I disclose all sponsors. That's why I don't show projects. If I'm holding a project, I tell you I'm holding these. I'm showing on the video, the crypto bubbles, what I'm holding, so you know. Obviously, you know that I'm holding these, so you know what you're getting. Does that make sense? All right, look, I'm not seeing any more questions. Here's what's going to happen. I need you to hold down the fort. I need you to hold down the fort. I'm going to go inside and get something to drink, because I'm going to die of thirst in just 1 second. I'm just very thirsty right now, okay? So I'm going to go inside, get something to drink. It's going to take 1 minute. For 1 minute, if anybody joins this live stream, tell them to wait. I'm actually wearing pants today, so I'm actually kind of lucky. I'm going to go get something to drink. right, we are back. So, get my glasses back on. I got my water over here, or my sparkling water, and my whiskey. I just want some whiskey. I don't drink a lot, but I drink sometimes. But until you guys put some comments or questions, this is what I'm drinking. This is a former friend of mine. He bought me this whiskey. It's actually pretty good. It's smoky. So I'll quench my thirst with this while you answer your questions. While you ask your questions. If there's any questions. Because I'm not seeing any questions. If I don't get questions, there's nothing to talk about. And if there's nothing to talk about, well, then I'll just go inside and watch The Blacklist with my girlfriend. So let me know if you have any questions. If not, I will be cutting this live stream short. If you want to see more of the crypto factor, you got to ask. So while we wait for questions, let me show you some of these crypto apps in action. So this is AICryptoSuite.com. And let's have a look at some of these apps. Let's have a look at Folioli first. So Folioli, I actually created this crypto portfolio tracker. I actually used to love Blockfolio. And I also love Exodus, the UI of the Exodus wallet. So what I did is I trend stacked the two and I created this application. And this will track your crypto portfolio and you get a clear breakdown in seconds with AI. So it's privacy first tracking. You save your holdings and unlock an AI portfolio breakdown only when you choose to do so. And there's no APIs, there's no trading, there's nothing. It's just your portfolio. So let me show you how this works. You open the application here and it will be on App Store and on Google Play soon. Right now it's desktop version only, okay? So let's say this is your crypto portfolio. This is not my crypto portfolio. This is a dummy account. But as you can see, let's say you're holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Monero. And let's say you want to add a holding over here of, I don't know, God knows why, Litecoin. So let's say you want Litecoin over here. Let's say you have 100 Litecoins and you bought them at $1 average each. Let's add to portfolio. And what it did, it just adds it here to your graphical pie chart and also down here. Now, this will give you a breakdown of your portfolio as a whole over here, tell you how much you're down today, tells you the 24-hour change, your asset counts, of course, over here, plus your total gains over here. Now, over here, it will show you what's dragging your performance and over the 24 hours and what's giving you performance, but obviously we don't have any right now because things went to shit. Now, if you put your email in here, you can save your portfolio and you can unlock this to get deeper AI insights without connecting your wallet or anything like that. And it will break down your wallet and actually help you invest better. So that is the essence of Folioli.app. Again, you can either go to Folioli.app straight away, or you can go to AICryptoSuite.com and click it at the top left over here. Now to the right is ismycoindead.com. Okay? Again, you can go directly to ismycoindead.com or open ismycoindead.com on AI Crypto Suite, and it will take you to this page over here. And here, you can do an instant lookup on any coin, and it will give you a comprehensive database within seconds. It will give you death detection, identify rug pulls, abandoned projects, and so on, flatline projects, and activity signals to see trading volume and community engagement, as long as if they're still developing and so on. So let's say over here, you might want to put a coin like, I don't know, SafeMoon, which is dead. And what it will do is it will check everything for you and give you the breakdown over here. Okay, this is completely free to do. You can use it 5 times a day, 10 times if you unlock it, plus it gives you more metrics if you do. So this is ismycoindead.com. Then you have the factor line. Obviously, this is paid. If you click this, you can actually get my indicator and course, Invest, Trade, and Think, like the crypto factor. This will show you how I trade, how I think, how I use ranges, and so on. And of course, you get the factor line over here, which is what I use for my analysis on my videos, plus a 24-hour coach that answers your questions about the factor line, candlesticks, and so on. And you can see a lot of people are already using this with full success. So you also have this. Then you have Crypto TA Reality Check. And this one's actually quite interesting because this one's a GPT. This is actually a GPT that answers your technical analysis. So for example, let me show you how this works. You might actually like this. You can go to Crypto Bubbles, and let's say you want to break down XMR or Zcash. Let's do Zcash. So what you do, you go to Zcash and you go to CoinMarketCap. And what you want to do is you want to look at the trading view because it has the candle features and so on. And let's look at the, the daily 24-hour. All right? Zoom it in a bit. And what you can do is just screenshot this thing over here, this whole thing over here, so you can see this. You come over here to this ChatGPT and just paste in the chart. And you can do a couple of things. You can screenshot or upload the chart like I did. You might ask what this candlestick pattern is about. There's coaching mode, by the way. There's also answer mode. If you do /R, it's reply mode. If you do /C, it's coaching mode. So it'll actually teach you stuff. Now, what would you need for this to come? What would it need for you to break out whatever so you can take the trade and show your full trading approach is what I do. This is based on crypto candles. Crypto candles are very different, and I've done courses on this. It's in my course. There's videos on this. Very different than Forex and stock market. That's why most people get burnt when they do TA with cryptocurrency. This one's crypto specific. And what you can do is you can actually upload this chart. And as you can see, it's breaking things down. This is actually programmed not to look at news, not to find other stuff. It's programmed to specifically look at what I personally look at when it comes to candlesticks without using the factor line. You can also use this with the factor line, but of course you don't have the factor line, so basically, and it's not the same thing as having it. But basically, look, it gives you the market environment right now. It gives you the structure, something that most people don't understand and ask me about, the zones and everything that I use and how I think. It gives you price behavior, what price is attempting to do. It gives you candles confirmation, not just the reason, and what's missing and why acting early is risky and what you should look for before you act and get. So it actually teaches you and tells you how to use technical analysis. And I actually created this for a shortcut for myself, for my own trading, because sometimes I want to look at multiple coins. And I programmed this for it to look at everything instead of me manually doing it for hours. So now you can use it for free, completely free. All these tools, except the factor line in my course, are completely free. All right? So again, you go to AICryptoSuite.com. Click the Crypto TA Reality Check, and there you go. The factor line, we already talked about it. Then you have CoinScan, which is another GPT, but this one's a bit different. And what this will do for you is you can check for honeypots, rug pulls, and so on. It's mostly a scanner. So this, for example, we can put, let's put SafeMoon again, just for kicks. It's actually thinking, but this looks at chain metrics on chain. It looks at development, GitHub, a whole bunch of stuff. And you can see thinking right here. Look, you can actually see it thinking and what it's actually looking for to answer your question. So look, it's extreme risk. Why? It tells you the reasons why it's extremely risky. It gives you on-chain, well, it's not giving you on-chain, it is locked for now, but it should. Dev signals not checked this time because there's no reason to. It gives you context signals, and what to do next. And of course, the link to the AICryptoSuite.com. The combination of these tools will make you successful in crypto. Why? Because if you're not using AI in crypto right now, people are going to outperform you. Yes, getting the factor line with my course is key, but at least use the free AI crypto tools so you can actually make profits in crypto. Paul, why are you doing all this for free? Very simple. If you make money, I make money. Plus, I'm branding myself and putting myself as an expert out there because I'm starting to do AI. I'm starting to vibe code, create apps, and so on. So I want my name out there, so I'm putting these out for free. I'm known in crypto, so I'm combining and trend stacking these, but I'm also putting it out there because if you make money using these tools, chances are you will buy my courses. Chances are you will follow my other channels. Chances are you will get into my group, which is linked in the description down below, or even online coaching or something like that, whatever my service. So you make money, I make money. It's win-win. And that's why I'm making that. Plus, I love doing this shit. I love being in front of everybody else. I think I'm a pretty smart guy. Probably not the smartest, to be quite honest. But I'm always learning. So that's what I'm doing. Anyway. Let's see if anybody has any more questions. Chad says, or Chad says, just got here. Your thoughts on Bitcoin alt season since you called things correctly. Thank you very much. Please rewatch the video. I'm going to do a disservice to everybody if I just repeat everything. Just watch the live stream from the beginning, bro. You'll get everything. It's an important video. I give a lot of alpha, a lot of answers. Make sure you watch it, okay? Make sure you watch it. It's out there. This is going to be replayed after I go live, after I end this live stream. It will be out as a video. Make sure you watch the video. Will you be able to download? Yes, in the future, you will be able to download from Google Play and the App Store. When it comes to Folioli.app and ismycoindead.com, but the GPTs, they're free. You can use them right now. You don't need to download anything. But yes, that is the plan. That is the next step. Paul, I have to say I love the factor line. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate you. I know you said it's mainly for use for crypto, but I use it for silver swing trading. Yeah, it does work for other markets. It's just programmed and developed for crypto. But because other markets are starting to act like crypto, like silver and so on, obviously it works because the way it's programmed for crypto, it works for markets that have that volatility or breakouts or outliers, if that makes sense. So yes, you can use the factor line for that as well. And the course does apply for that as well. So yes, you can use it for other markets. It's specific. It's not specific to crypto. It's built for crypto, but works in other markets as well, especially with things like silver or outliers and when things like that happen. If you make it a also writes as if you make it a dApp for Solana Seeker, not only will you keep 100% revenue, but they also develop. I have not looked at that. Let me make a note, Solana Seeker. I don't know if I'm skilled enough to do that, to be honest with you, but I will have a look at it and see what that's all about after this live stream. dApp would be. Okay, the centralized application would be a Google Play Store. Well, I'll have to check it out. I have a lot of things to learn. I'm still learning how to program shit. So do you think the hype will probably return to crypto at some point? Yes. Not saying soon, just at some point, yes. But will the same coins go up? Probably not. So you have to be very careful with the selection of cryptos that you are holding. John says, I'm with Mr. California. We are very grateful for what you do. You're very welcome, man. Thank you so much. Being here from the beginning of my crypto journey, and you are the only one on YouTube, and my real one on YouTube. So thank you so much, John Borrow. I really appreciate you. Who's Mr. California? Why have I heard that before? YouTube channel? Or MSTR California? Is that Mike Saylor's? Oh, it is. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate the support, man. Reach out. Hey, Paul, if we have an altcoin rally, should we sell it at the end of February? I wouldn't look at timing. I would look at charts. And if you watch my video from the beginning, this very live stream from the beginning, I actually give the levels to look out for. Just make sure you watch all of it because some people ask some questions and I get into it a little bit later as well. So once you finish watching this live stream, watch the replay and get up to the certain point that you got up to so you don't miss the alpha and all the calls from the beginning of this live stream. How long can this range last? Oof. a long time. Markets can stay irrational. Markets can stay irrational more and longer than you can stay solvent. Always remember that. And with that said, thank you very much. I really appreciate you. Again, please check out the Ellipal wallet, the sponsors. I'm doing this link of these videos. And while you're at it, also check out the factor line up here with the course Invest, Trade, and Think Like the Crypto Factor. And of course, don't forget about AICryptoSuite.com. I love you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.